start and they'll start in 5 minutes. Degree or minute.
So let me.
On
Is
YouTube.
TikTok live?
So that could be.
Is TikTok live?
Of course, it's live.
Should I notify them now?
You just wait.
TikTok.
It's good, it's because of this watcher.
I miss this fast rice. Next time I'll eat rice. Will destroy ya.
What if we finish before 1 hour?
No, nothing is going on. You can small life, people they come. No area.
Oh.
Hell.
I see. I don't understand. That's
Yeah, oh, it's not oily.
All good.
Okay. That was scary. I'm sneaking out. Oh, I think. Is TikTok live? Yeah, please.
meat.
Before I start talking. I think I changed it already. It's customer service.
If you see that good person,
I see Kathy. I just said that.
oh, that's what she said.
I didn't go for
I think. Are we okay? Are we good, Jane? Hello, everyone. Good evening. You're welcome to another edition of Associate Friday. With me here is Miss Daisy Pell. Hello, welcome. And I am Sandra. We know you've not been seeing us for some time now, and we are so sorry. I'm sure most of you missed us because some people actually reached out. We are so sorry, but we are here every day as usual, every Friday as usual. Hello, Miss Daisy.
Hello, Sandra.
How have you been?
Ooh, it's been a roller coaster, but I'm great. Thank you.
I'm sure you missed this program.
For real, for over 6 weeks, it's crazy.
I'm sure you missed.
But we're
DJ.
glad to be back and sharing insights with you on how to
Okay.
go about.
And of course, we are here with a very, very lovely package.
Mm.
So today we'll be talking about professionalism that branding in real estate. Sounds interesting. The art of personal branding in real estate. I'm very sure some of you will be wondering and asking yourself, what is branding? What is this branding? So branding is a process of creating a unique identity that works for your business, for your brand, or for you as a person.
Yeah.
So yeah, what do you understand by branding?
Okay, so branding is how you show up on yourself and how people perceive you to be reliable. That is, they trust your credibility and your integrity. That is what we're going to be talking about here today.
Very important because you cannot be the same.
Yeah,
10 people
Sure.
cannot be the same. You must always be unique. You need to find something that makes you different, something that makes you stand out in your business, your career, education, whatever. You need to be outstanding.
That's right.
So Miss Daisy will be enlightening us. She's going to tell us why professionalism matters in real estate. You know, this business of real estate is not just we don't do it the local way.
Yeah.
We don't do it so it's well packaged here, okay? And Miss Daisy will be telling us why professionalism matters in real estate.
Okay, so like we said earlier, branding is about how people perceive you to be reliable and they perceive your integrity to be top notch. So branding actually goes beyond dressing well, showing up nicely, and looking all professional, suit up and all of that. It goes beyond the way you speak, the way you address yourself. It goes beyond, like I said, how you show up. And it's not just about you speaking politely. It's about the trust that people have in you. The trust that people have in you and the respect and how much you've been successful. I mean, people put these things together to want to look at you and your brand to say that, okay, this person can be trusted. And that is how it works here. So that is how organizations and people succeed with branding themselves professionally. So in real estate, why branding matters is because first, before a client wants to give you his millions for land, he needs to trust you, regardless of who you are, okay? It does not matter if you've been doing something else, if you've been selling something else before, but once you're in real estate, he needs to trust you that what you are doing, he's so confident that, okay, this cannot go south because they are buying your trust. So that is the first reason I'll tell you why branding matters in real estate. Professional branding. And then it goes with your tone, how you present yourself. I told you it goes beyond your presentation, but first it's going to count as well. Your tone, how you speak, your consistency, and the shape of your credibility. That is what makes up your personal brand. And that is why it really matters, because if you cannot fix these things, people cannot give you their money. People cannot trust you with their money. People cannot trust you with their peace. Okay? And every interaction either builds or breaks trust. Your conversation with a client, your conversation with somebody, it's either going to build their trust in you or break their trust in you. So you should mind how you show up. You should, of course, mind how you speak. You should mind the things that you say to your client. So these things are the things that make up your personal brand, and you should have it etched into your mind that all these little things, they all matter. Okay? Back to Miss Sandra.
Thank you so much, Miss Daisy, for that. Thank you so much. Like she said, every interaction builds a destroy conversation.
Trust, yeah.
The trust. Every interaction. So how you talk to people is very, very important. Okay, so I'll be talking on why what is personal branding, because I'm sure most people have
They
no
really
idea
understand it clearly.
of what personal branding is all about. Your personal brand is how people experience you. Personal branding is how people see you, how people perceive you. That is personal branding. It is not your logo. It is the idea people have of you, your reputation.
Yeah.
Sometimes people have very beautiful buildings, beautiful logos, flyers. That is not really your brand. Like, what about yours? Like, personal branding has to do with yourself. Aside to your business, what do you have to show for? If you're not in the office, how do people see you out of the office? Who are you out of the office? So personal branding is how people see you, the idea that people have about you. And also, it is what people say about you when This is powerful.
That's really powerful.
What
You
people
should
say
think
about
that
you
over
when
time.
you are not in the room. Like, have you branded yourself in such a way that when you're not around, people know that Miss Davis is into real estate? Like, they call your name somewhere, someone should be like, ah, that girl is saying Alano, Mami Lano, that Miss Daisy's land, or Miss Daisy is a classic lady. Miss Daisy is a lip gloss lady. You always see her wearing a very beautiful lip gloss. Miss
Okay.
Daisy is always classic. Miss Daisy is full of colors. Like, what would people say when you are not in the room? That is personal branding. Aside your business, everyone knows that okay, you're into real estate. But now, aside that, what do you have to show for? How do people see you? So that is what personal branding is all about, and it is very, very important. Even as a businessman, you have a business, but it is still important to brand yourself.
Brand yourself.
It's still important
because
to
you're
brand
dealing with
yourself.
people.
Yes. When you brand yourself properly, people tend to trust you. Like,
Yeah.
I know this person like this, and I can associate this person with my business. So personal branding is important, and that is what personal branding is all about. So Ms. Daisy will be enlightening us on key elements of a strong real estate brand. She's going to give us some knowledge.
Okay, we all here are real estate agents, and to brand yourself, there are certain things that you need to do. You need to turn up as this thing, okay? So that's what we call the key elements of a strong real estate brand. First, we'll go with your appearance, how you show up, how you dress up as a real estate professional, a consultant, an agent. How you show up in the room. There's no way I'm going to sit here and you see my chest is open and I'm talking to you and I'm saying that I'm a real estate consultant and you might have to believe me. There's no way it's going to work like that. So you want to dress smartly and very confident and appropriately. Okay, so you put these things together. You want to look sharp, okay, but be smart and be decent. That's how you show up as a real estate. There's no way you want to be a real estate agent and you're sacking your trousers. That don't work over here. We don't do that. Okay, so if you know you want to wear shirts, it's buttoned up. I don't know how it's called for the men, but do it in the appropriate way so that when you show up, somebody can perceive you that this is a professional and what they are saying, they know what they are saying. I mean, someone can't even describe your job from the way you're looking, right? Yes. So secondly, your communication. You need to speak clearly, confidently, and politely. You're not rushing. You're speaking confidently to the people you're talking to your clients, to your prospects. You speak to them with poise because there is no rush. Okay, you want to speak. There's no no. You're not even going to pick out some things I'm going to say. You want to speak. You speak with poise because first, when you're dressed all classic, there's no way you want to rush. People are not going to listen to you like, who is this one? It does not work like that. Okay. Thirdly, your reliability. The things that you say should align with the things that you do. That is you keeping promises and following through with the things that you say. That is what builds your reliability. That's what builds people. That's what makes people to look at you as reliable. When the things that you say align with the things that you do, okay? So we call God a dependable and reliable God because it matches up what He says is what He does.
Exactly.
So that is how it should work as a real estate agent. Imagine me telling you something that I'm going to do this in a fortnight, and then even after like 3 weeks, it's not done yet, and I'm still looking at you like that. There's no way you're going to trust me with the next thing that I'm going to say. So your reliability actually counts so much as an element of your personal brand as a real estate agent. Okay. Next, we have your expertise. Expertise is about knowing your product. It's about knowing what you sell and knowing the market deeply. There is no way you want to speak to somebody about a property. You want to tell them about a property that they want to buy, they're interested in, and you don't know so much or you don't know enough about this property. You don't know the size, you don't know where it's located. I see some people trying to take people to, some agents trying to take clients to a property, and then they're calling other agents for direction. It shouldn't work like that. You're losing trust from that client. So if he actually gets to buy that one and then the next one, maybe he'll be contemplating because the last experience wasn't so good because you were not fully knowledgeable about what you were speaking to him about. So you should know your product, you should know the property you're trying to sell to your client, have full knowledge about it, okay? And then the next thing that we have is offering value to your clients. You should be able to, that is, educate your clients, that is your value proposition here, educate your clients properly. Sometimes they want a property, but they're not so sure about where this property might really work for them. They want a property for maybe a gas station or something, but they don't know where exactly to buy them,
Yeah.
or where exactly to choose this property. And then you have a number of them. You would have to propose to them that this one is good for this one is good for this one is good for this.
Exactly.
And then you help them to choose confidently because they are very, very much informed.
Exactly.
Now that goes back to your expertise, and it brings forth reasons why your client should have to choose you instead of another real estate consultant or agent. Okay, so all these points make up the element of your personal brand as a real estate agent. Next, we have your online presence that attracts.
Yeah. Online presence it's a great thing.
Listen,
It is
the
a great
world is
thing.
going digital, and I don't know how you want to be in business, you want to be in sales, that you were not online. Like, oh, that thing for kids. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's no way, because you have a wider audience. I mean, the potential that is online seems to be untapped. So why don't you get into the space? Imagine the number of people that are in the world, and then you get to reach out to 1% of these people through the online, the social media platforms. Okay, so you need to have an online presence that attracts us. Because if you're just there and it wouldn't work. So you need to be present. You need to educate these people. And how to get your presence that attracts is, first of all, on all your social media platforms, on all your accounts, you should be able to optimize your bio. Your bio is what the people see when they first open your Instagram. It's the first write-up at the top of your page that tells people who you are, what you offer in this page. If somebody has to follow you, they know that this is what they'll be seeing. So even your WhatsApp should have a bio, your Facebook should have a bio, your Instagram, your YouTube channel, just have something there that tells people that this is what you offer on this page, and anytime they need something like this, they should come to this page. Of course, they're going to get it. That is what the bio is about. Okay. Secondly, you need to use a professional profile photo and a consistent branding color. How do you want to be on real estate with lemon green? Or maybe your profile photo is like, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You want to look professional, you need to have a professional look. Okay, there's no it doesn't work. Okay, so you should use professional profile photos and a consistent branding color. Yeah, you want to talk about real estate land and everything on land. There are trees on land. You want to use green and black, that's fine. You want to use gold and white, those are branding colors. There's no way you want to mix lemon green and pink for your what do I call it? For your professional photos. It doesn't work. Imagine the color of my hair was orange as I'm sitting on my orange and I'm talking to you. How would that even sound to you? No. So this is to tell you that you need to, if you want to brand yourself professionally, you should go professional. You should be all in professional. Next, we have you sharing real estate value and not just sales posts. By sales posts, I mean that you're not just posting lands available for sale. You're not just posting houses for sale. You should be able to educate your audience. You should be able to educate your followers, the people that are looking up to you. There are some people that are really not ready to buy a property, but when you get to educate them and they're able to pick up these informations, right, they come back to you when they are ready. So it goes to the point of also proposing value to your customers, to your prospects. Okay, so you should be able to educate your clients, not just posting sales, posting houses available. lands available. Or this one off plan. This
Every
one. No.
every single day.
No, you should be able to you should be able to educate them, give them knowledge on how this thing works. There are a lot of people that do not know what land banking is. You should be in a position to tell them what land banking is. Some people don't know the documents that come with buying a property. It's in your place to tell them what document they'll get after buying a property and the process. That is what you should do on your online pages, educating your audience, educating your prospects. And lastly, we have you responding quickly and professionally to inquiries. So when you have an online presence and people find out that they're learning from you, I mean your page is something that they can learn from, and then they start following you. In your comment sections, you start seeing questions popping up, right?
Exactly.
I'm sure you've had a lot of those where you have to respond to them.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure you respond to them politely and professionally. I mean, really straight to the point. And you should also make sure that the answers you're giving them are very accurate. Now, at the point where you don't know the answer to the question, you can politely tell them that, please, let me get back to you on this. And then you get to a source that can give you an accurate answer. And then you make sure that you get back to them as you promised. Okay? So even if you don't know an answer, don't just ignore the question. Because in the process of searching, you are also learning. In the process of seeking answers to that question, you're also learning. And as you get to teach people, that's how you learn, isn't it?
Of course.
Yeah. So back to Miss Sandra.
Thank you so much, Miss Daisy. Oh, that's a lot. Thank you so much. So going back on something very important she said about key elements of a strong real estate brand. She spoke about appearance. Some people believe that real estate consultants, agents, brokers are supposed to look like regular people on the street.
Yeah.
They're supposed to just
Yeah.
put on a jean trouser, put on your boots, and then you have your Schwazi helmet. Off you go. If you look at some real estate brokers on the street, they don't look presentable, they don't look nice. But that is not the case. If you're into real estate, your appearance matters. I think if you come here at Crown Homes Holdings, there's no day you see anybody looking anyhow. Everyone is always just look at me. We always look clean, neat, beautiful. Because aside branding the real estate, we're branding ourselves.
Yeah.
So it's very important to look very, very fine. Thank you so much, Miss Daisy, for that. So we're diving into offline branding. She just spoke on online branding and what you have to do online, what you need to do online. And I'll be talking on offline branding, how you need to show up in person. Because some people don't see you online, but they see you physically.
Yeah.
They see you every day. If you step out of your house, step out of the office, get into a taxi, people get to see you. So it's important that you brand yourself even when you're leaving your house. And there's so many ways you have to do that. And the first is punctuality. If you're into real estate and if you're branding yourself, having a personal brand of your own, you need to be punctual. If they say we have a meeting at 5 a.m., you should be there. 5 a.m., 5 a.m., you should be there. If you have an appointment with a client at 10 a.m., 10 a.m., you should be there. If your client is not there by 10 a.m., you call that client, sir, ma, I'm just calling to remind you we have an appointment, you're not here, what's happening? Yeah. You have to be very punctual because punctuality is professionalism. You cannot be professional without being punctual.
That is it.
When you're punctual, it speaks highly of you, so you have to be punctual. Whether you like it or not, you have to be punctual. And then you have to keep your workspace very, very neat. You need to keep your workspace very neat. I will always use Crown Homes Holdings as an example. Here at Crown Homes, the environment is always clean, beautiful. You can take pictures here and people would think that you're in the USA.
Yeah.
Very clean, beautiful. If you check our social media, you see very beautiful pictures. Anyone that works here at Crown Homes.
So a little bit on that. I was making a video, I think like 2 weeks ago, and then the client had to ask me that, please, where's your office located? I said, Court Junction, Boya. He said, you're in Cameroon. I'm like, oh, so he saw these buildings behind.
Yeah.
And the view, I was like, maybe I'm in Dubai.
Just because the place is very, very neat.
Yeah.
It's clean, it's beautiful. We have beautiful flowers outside. The place is so neat. And it goes a long way to show that the character of the kind of people that work here.
Mm-hmm.
If there are dirty people, very careless people, the place will never be neat.
Yeah.
So it's very important that you have a very clean working space because it speaks well of you. If you're walking out of this office, someone will be like, oh wow, this lady, if she can get into this office, it means she's somebody. She's not just anybody.
Yeah,
You
that's
understand? So it's very important to always look neat. And also you have to greet everyone with respect. You have to greet everyone with respect. I know some days we have our moods. You meet someone on the streets and you don't feel like greeting, or they talk to you, you don't greet, or they text you to ask for inquiries and you don't feel like responding. Some clients are also very, in fact, human beings in nature can be very petty.
Yeah.
Some people will just text you hi and expect you to come and hello, greet them, and then in the real estate world, you just have to do it. You just have to do it because you don't know who your potential
Yeah, you don't
client
know who
is.
is who.
So you just have to do it. That's offline branding. And you always have to. If someone meets you, greets you, and he's just asking, you might answer 10 people's questions in a day. You just
Yeah.
want to ask about real estate. Nobody's buying, or nobody's a potential lead, but they're just asking you questions. They meet you and they ask you questions, and you have to answer every question that they ask you because it goes a long way to show the kind of person you are and the business.
Yeah.
So that is offline branding. And also I'll be talking on the power of authenticity. Okay. Authenticity. Okay. Sorry about that. Don't fake perfection. Don't fake perfection now. The word was difficult for me to pronounce, and I had to take my time. I'm not faking perfection. I'm not faking perfection.
Honestly, I can't
like.
lie to you. When you were trying to pronounce that, I was also trying to pronounce it. I honestly could not just get it on the first time.
Anyways, we've got the word.
Yeah.
So you should always show sincerity and growth. It's advisable to always show your clients or your leads that you're growing in the business.
Mm-hmm.
You must not have the right answers to every question. If they ask you a question and you don't have the right answer, you can ask a colleague or ask someone who is like a mentor in the business, so the person can give you an answer before you give your clients,
Yeah.
rather than giving a wrong answer or any answer that does not really make sense. Also, you have to be transparent with your clients. We have said this over and over that you have to always be transparent with your clients. You need to tell them the truth. You need to be very honest with them. You need to give them updates. You need to tell them whatever is happening with a property they're interested in or a property they already got. You need to tell them so
Yeah.
that they actually know what is happening. And also you have to make people trust you. You have to make people trust you. And for them to trust you, you need to be transparent, you need to be honest, you need to be decent, you need to be nice. You need to give every information that you're giving out. Because if you don't do this, they won't trust you. And like you said before, if someone has millions, they cannot give you the millions if they don't trust you.
work like that.
So you always have to do that. You always have to make sure that you work on yourself, you work on how you talk to people, how you carry yourself outside, how you carry yourself in the office, so that they can trust you and, of course, buy from you. That said, we'll be moving to common mistakes that damage your brand. This is going to give us some mistakes that damage your brand.
Whew. So I want to enlighten you on the common mistakes that damage your brand. That damage your brand as a person, even before going back to the company that you're working for. Okay, imagine not being consistent and you being hard to reach. That is, somebody cannot call you, respond like after 4 days, because it doesn't work like that. Okay? Is how you're supposed to gain trust, but the moment you do not do this, it's already damaging your personal brand. You being inconsistent and hard to reach, unreachable. People cannot count that, okay, if I need a property, I can call Miss Sandra right now, and it, no. So you need to be consistent and be reachable. Whenever the need arises, you should be able to solve people's problems. When they call you, when they need you, you should be able to solve their problems. Another mistake is actually arguing or gossiping in front of clients. Trust me, even if you lose it, it does not matter how pissed off you are. Be professional. It goes beyond your emotions. So there's no way you want to argue in front of a client or in front of clients, or a client has to walk into you arguing with another client. The person walking in will not even want to stay. The moment they get the whatever is going on, if they perceive it to be something that is not working for them, they will move out.
Exactly.
Even before you finish up with the last person. Yes, so you should avoid arguing in front of clients, or maybe insulting other people in front of clients. Mind what you say in front of clients, or even insulting other agents in front of clients. You shouldn't do that. Another mistake that would damage your brand is posting unprofessional content online. You want to be a real estate agent, you're an associate of Crown Homes Holdings, but on Snap you're doing something. Girl, those who see you on WhatsApp and Snap, they know who you are. And trust me, the day they need a property, it's hard to reach out to you. So you should mind the content that you put out there. You should mind the things that you post. Do not post unprofessional. You want to stay professional, do it. I said it before that you should be all in. Okay, you want to educate people, educate them. You want to post about properties, do that, but do not go south, because it brings down their shoulders. They'll be like, this guy that's going to the office every day. Imagine that you see me shaking my national on TikTok. Be like, this guy that was telling us before, it's over, it's over. Yes, so you shouldn't do that. You should be consistent with professional content online, because we told you before that the online space has a potential that is unreached, or it is untouched. So imagine 80 billion people in the world, and you're trying to serve 1% of them. What is 1% of 80 billion people? Okay, you're just trying to serve like 8 million people, and you're posting something, is reaching out to people. They don't get to trust you. So be consistent with your professional posts online. And as well, things that are going to damage your personal brand is making promises that you cannot keep.
Exactly.
So Miss Sandra, imagine I come here today and I tell you that. So I'm working on this client, and then the moment this client pays, because this client is somebody that you sent to me on the day that you were sick, okay? And at the end of the day, I tell you that if this client pays me, I'm giving you 80 because he's your client, and I'm taking 20. Now, when it comes to the point of splitting it, I tell you that this one is big, but I'm not give you 80%. First of all, there's already backwards in this office. So do not make promises that you cannot keep. If you want to review the promises before you say them out with your mouth, you should review them. Back to clients, there is no way you want to tell a client that for this property, I'll give you a 10% discount. When you know, as an agent, you're not in control of the pricing of that property, just to learn to buy and then you earn the commission. It doesn't work like, unless you want to give the permission. But if not, since you're not in control and you don't own this property, promises, it's going to jeopardize and damage your brand identity. Okay? So let's talk about building long-term brand reputation. After avoiding the mistakes, you want to stay long-term in the game. You need to build the brand reputation as a person, as Crown Homes for the past years, even before you started seeing these faces. There is no way you ever hear somewhere that we had a court case, or they had police people outside our office trying to arrest us for something. Count it, trace back. You will never hear that, and you will never hear such of any of our consultants here at the office or any associate that is working with us, because we do our due diligence and we try as much to keep the reputation of the brand as Crown Homes Holdings and reputation of each consultant that works here, as well as your reputation as an associate. Okay, so building your long-term brand reputation is for you to deliver excellent services, excellent results consistently. This is not even only for real estate, wherever you are, because trust me, the moment you have one negative result, that is what human beings capitalize on.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Imagine me being nice to you every day, and then it's that one day that I don't beat you
Mm-hmm.
that gets into your head.
That's the one thing they will use to tell your character.
Yeah, that's how you do it. So you need to be able to deliver excellent results consistently, even if it means for you to struggle, and let a client see that maybe this thing was a little bit beyond you, but you try as much to push forth so that they don't get a bad review of you. Because if I did something to you and then you need to tell the next person, what would you say? You never speak
I'll
nice
never
of
speak
me.
nice of you.
Of course, it's going to bring down my reputation, it's going to damage my reputation. So mind how you deliver results. You need to be excellent, because A players are always A players. The day you fall, I'm sorry, people get to see you differently. Secondly, you should ask your past clients for testimonials. Okay, you've been into the game, you've sold to a couple of clients and they were satisfied. Okay, now ask them to do a review video. Maybe you cannot see them or meet them personally for maybe an interview.
Mm-hmm.
Just ask them to set up their camera and say something about their experience with you,
Mm-hmm.
so that you can post it in order to gain the trust of those who are trying to trust you. Because the moment they hear that, oh my God, I traded with Miss Sandra and she was nice, the process was swift, I got to understand it perfectly, she explained everything to me, she was professional, she took me to the site, she came back. I mean, the experience is what people want. Who else would not want to go to Miss Sandra? Oh my God, I want to be treated this nicely.
Exactly.
I mean, I want to be walked through this process correctly so that I don't make any mistakes in my investment.
Mm-hmm.
All right? So you should ask for your clients, your past clients, for testimonials on their experience with you, on their past experience with you. It motivates them somehow to want to say, I would want to trade with Miss Sandra again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it motivates the next person watching, and then he tells the next person, and then the whole world gets to hear about it. That's you blowing up. Next, you need to celebrate your clients' success stories. Now, we meet a lot of people, right, that they don't trust real estate, or maybe they don't know about this investment, they are
Or they are scared to invest.
they are uninformed,
Mhm.
and then you meet Miss Sandra. She explains to you this thing
Mhm.
detailing, step by step. She helps you to understand and even believe in the process of investing that gives you a return on investment subsequently.